With Phil stumbling drunkenly out of his bed, appearing in his head all the things he's wanting to be said. 19 minutes of Phil to Phil, with so much time to kill. He promised chill, but all he does instead is beg and shell. Streams online and straight away begins to whine, but all is fine as long as Shad's benign and doesn't step out of line. His content's immature for all to endure like fresh manure, but I feel sure he ran shooter feeling so insecure. The money earned from yesterday was withdrawn and long gone, as Phil spending impulse is always set to stay on. If supports are also slow and stays so low and fails to grow, you never know, the show may turn into an easy bingo. Once kicked off across the board with charge to what because his code can be ignored, just how much DSP makes us feel so bored. To help us fight or sleep and try to keep alert to watch a creep who play bingo, but Phil will bitch and why his sheep are also cheap, or DSP is chasing green, we're seeing green across the screen as Phil's routine predictability rivals are so machinist, snorting, burping, leaning, ban. It matters not if battery fun is shy or scant to see if hours make him feel less of a man. Takes a drink and starts his like before lunching into a big pretending different bills when truth is to buy a wrestling JPEG. Talks about his shitty life of call his cat and party life and all his strife of forgetting that it's done well and they were rife. With drama he will react but isn't act, that is a fact as he rehearsed to be exact in how he felt he was attacked. Teaches nearly over and a win is in sight with what to white despite Phil to light that tips were not white. We'll say alright it is okay and now it's time for Phil to play, but first he'll say that tips will help from being off the other day. And with those words we win again, it's never if but always when the game is won. Thanks to that we made it to the very end. Hey guys, King Jad here, and welcome to DSP Bingo Quiz. Today, the 8th of November 2022, is Tuesday, and I am going to just spin this wheel and get this set up very quickly. I am still trying to finish my dinner, I'm still having fish and chips, but I just thought, hey, let's just get the bingo cards set up very quickly first. We'll just pick the cards straight away, get all sorted, and then we can enjoy some Meerkat music while I finish scoffing my dinner. Phil is live, but he's, you know, this is pre-stream crap, you know, so there you go. He's lost a few more members, 878 members, lol, but there you go. He's just going to keep, until someone gifts him something massive, but the membership's just going to keep going down and down and down more. What's it going to be today? New games, that's perfect. That is perfect. We have got new games to the card and that's perfect because Phil is playing a brand new game today, so there's a very good chance he's going to say he's playing Sonic Frontier today. It's a premiere of it, so very strong chance he is going to say, new games today. Centre Square suggestion from MRC Midnight is politics. I don't know. I think he might ignore it. He might ignore politics. I'm just going to leave it at snort, personally. I mean, we can make it politics if you want. If people want me to make politics the Centre Square, if they think Phil's going to mention anything political at all, I can do it, or I can just leave it at snort. See, I wasn't sure. Sometimes it's hard to tell how Phil's going to go. Sometimes he tries to stubbornly ignore these things. Well, if he does say election, that would count as This is the thing. He doesn't allow politics talk in the stream usually, even though he does bring up himself sometimes, as Major AP says. I'm just going to leave it at snort, guys. I'm just going to leave it at snort. So, that being said, we need a card between 1 and 211. So I need a number, guys. Between the first number I see in chat, between 1 and 211. Yami Jackie, there we go. Yami Jackie says 16. So the 16th bingo card will be the card we use for today. Yami Jackie beat everyone to a punch. So let me pull up the 16th bingo card, which looks like this one on the right hand side. Here we go. So we've got day off, throat clear and stash scratch, positive, thumbs up, go, wrong, burp, content, toxic, lip smack, no exaggeration, snort, wires, T-pose, touch his face, people saying, life, years ago sorry, points at text, defense mode, wow, voted family, camera point, and new games. There we fucking go, great stuff. Yanni Jackie, reviewing the motivation for picking that number. The day of birth. Oh, you're a December baby as well, Jackie. Join the club. My birthday too is in December, so there you go. But that's a bingo card for today. We are going to just save this very quickly, and then I'm going to turn the music up, or turn myself, down. You guys can enjoy some Meerkat music while I finish eating my dinner. No, you're not going to listen to me eating my food. That is not something you guys want to hear. Just me going, yum, 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 yum. Nah, I'm just going to mute myself while I finish eating my fish. But yeah, thank you very much for helping me pick today's card, guys. I will get the game and the card all set up properly. Phil looks like he's going to be... Looks like he's raring to go, Phil, so... Well, I'll go through it quickly as well, very quickly, guys. 100 likes on this game, on this bingo. 100 likes equals a free space. If Phil snorts 25 times, that is also a free space. But considering we have the power to do likes, you know what I'm saying, a free space can be a difference between a full house and one of you guys winning 25 quid off me and not winning anything. I'm just saying. Not trying to guilt trip anyone to like any goddamn stream or anything, but 100 likes equals a free space. So if we really want to, make sure we have a free space confirmed and locked in, it might be a good thing to do. I don't know. It's up to you guys, though, of course. So we'll have to wait and see how well this card will do. So yeah, I'm going to turn the music up and I'm going to mute myself. Thank you very much for helping me pick today's card. And yeah, I'm just going to finish with dinner while you guys enjoy the music. So I'll talk to you guys in a bit.
Act and talk a certain way with certain mannerisms, certain over-the-top reactions, screaming at the top of their lungs, jumping, flailing, doing weird things, constantly on camera. I need banana, tasty banana, banana in my mouth, tasty banana. I need banana, tasty banana. Please don't peel it, comes in the put banana in my mouth, squeeze banana. Banana in my mouth.
This one's for all my baby girls.
I need banana, tasty banana, banana in my mouth, tasty banana. I need banana, tasty banana. Please don't peel it, comes in the put banana in my mouth, squeeze banana. Banana in my mouth, squeeze banana. Banana in my mouth.
When we hit the 250 vest streak for that celebration, I'm going to debut a new vest. There we go. Celebratory bubble blow. Very nice. There's bubbles everywhere. There's bubbles all over my PlayStation 4 controller. There's bubbles on my microphone stand. There's bubbles everywhere tonight. It's not a control.
This one's for all my baby girls.
And it starts to click, if someone just keeps saying sorry when they do something, they're not really apologizing, right? If apologizing isn't just words, it's I will not do this thing again because I feel bad about it. If you keep doing the thing, it's not actually an apology.
You have no respect for people that are alive, for fucking people that are dead. You don't give a shit about anybody but yourself. You have no respect.
Apologizing isn't just words.
You have no respect. Do you value money more than our friendship?
But that's the way of them saying, we want nothing to do with Phil at all moving forward. Let's make up a bunch of shit or twist a bunch of shit to make him sound bad because everyone hates him now anyway on the internet. So let's make him look like the villain so everyone will believe it and we'll just be washing our hands of the whole situation and we never have to deal with him ever again. And you know what? Look what's happened. Literally, no one bugs them anymore. Nothing. They're completely washed. The hands are clean.
You have no respect for people that are alive, for fucking people that are dead. You don't give a shit about anybody but yourself. You have no respect.
Apologizing isn't just words. It's I will not do this thing again.
You have no respect.
Because I feel bad about it.
He watches too much WWE. John starts getting text messages at 6 o'clock in the morning. That means it's like 2 o'clock in the morning there. So now, when you start reading them, you start looking at it, and it doesn't make any sense why he's even texting. And it's not even coherent. So you start wondering if the guy was, if he's been drinking and texting.
I actually admitted this last year. I'll say it again. I actually do play some mobile games. I do. All right? The ones that I play are free to play or incredibly inexpensive, like you spend $1 here or there to make progress.
This one's for all my baby girls.
Got me that gotcha. I love it. Got me that gotcha. Gotcha. Begging for fucking tips and shit on Street. It's WWE Champions time. I'm stupid. WWE game plays like Candy Crush. Moving gems around, breaking colored gems. I love it. Again, it's pay to win. The more money you sink into it, the more characters you can summon, the higher chance you'll get the better characters, etc., etc. All right? Got me that? Gotcha. I love it. Got me that? Gotcha. Begging for fucking tips and shit on street. Gotcha. Got me that? Gotcha. Thanks for the money, dummies. Supercar. That was a mobile game I played like 5-6 years ago, a lot. For about a year, I played it pretty hardcore. All right, even at that point, that was before everything kind of fell apart with YouTube and everything. I was putting a little bit of money into it. I was playing for the top cards. I was playing the shit out of that game, okay? After about a year, they launched what they called Season 2, which reset all the cards in the game and made all your progress essentially worthless. And I said, this game fucking sucks. What a complete waste of time that this was, all right? Today, some shithead hater will take something that I say out of context, and a ton of morons will watch that video. So within a day or two, that video will get like 5,000 views. While my daily gameplay videos each are getting, what, like 1,000 views, if that? Cuck life, 100%. Live the life of the cuck. Why not? YouTube doesn't care. Illegal, immoral, harmful, fucking toxic. This is insane. This is fucking toxic. Cuck life. It became a meme, right? The meme was to hate on me. What are the legitimate reasons? At first, there were. But over the years, are you shitting me how I've changed, like how different I am now? There is nothing fucking legitimate you could do. With the shit these people say and do, the insane amounts of slander and defamation about me that's just untrue on the internet. There's no way I could ever, in any capacity, you know, legally or otherwise, there's no way I could even dispute 99% of the shit they say because of the insane amount of it that they say. Cuck life, 100%. Live the life of the cuck. Why not? YouTube doesn't care. Illegal, immoral, harmful, fucking toxic. This is insane. This is fucking toxic. Cuck life, 100%. Live the life of the cuck. Why not? YouTube doesn't care. Illegal, immoral, harmful, fucking toxic. This is insane. This is fucking toxic. Cuck life, 100%. Live the life of the cuck. Why not?
Because I just want you guys to understand that means the world to me when I get a message like that. Like, it's been tough. You know, my life has been tough over the last decade. It has. And when I read a message like that, I'm sorry that I'm tearing up like a baby. But when I read a message like that, it makes me feel like it was worth it. You know, like all the shit that happened to me and all the stress and the mental shit that I go through on a daily basis, sometimes, that is worth it because there's people out there who got something out of all of this. You know, it wasn't just some dickhead in front of a camera, you know, doing stupid videos. That it actually meant something to people. And that means the world to me. That there's people out there that, you know, for a decade, that they've been watching me and they've been following me and they've been watching my life evolve and how I become a better person, you know? Right now, for the next week, I'm literally strapped for cash. The only money I'll have is tips coming in on the streams. And that, by the way, I have to raise money to pay 2 big bills next week. All my utilities are due next week. So now in the next few days, I have to raise money to pay my utilities. And then, you know, see what I mean? Like, this is how it is for me. Yet these shitheads out there want to fucking fuck with me behind the scenes, ruin all kinds of financial shit for me. Then on top of that, make stuff up to try to make me sound like a terrible person on the internet. To make money, I have to pay Ben bills. You know, I have to pay Ben bills. I have to pay Ben bills. I have to pay my taxes, pay my back taxes. I have to pay my mortgage, pay my internet bill. I have to pay Ben bills. I have to pay Ben bills, bitch. Pay Ben taxes. I have to pay Ben bills, bitch. Day to day, tips to tips, to pay bills and things. Eventually things will get better, but I'm kind of stuck right now with how things are. That's why I'm trying to make money. I have to pay Ben bills. You know, I have to pay Ben bills. I have to pay Ben bill. I have to pay Ben taxes. Bill. I have to pay Ben bill. I have to. If you want to sit here and you want to pretend like you're holier than thou, I'm better than those content creators, man. Because I have a job where I work 9 to 5 and I bust my ass at my job and I earn a paycheck, man. And then I come home. See, I'm not on the internet begging for money all day, man. See, I'm better than them, man. No, you're not any better. Everyone's the same. No one's better than anybody else. Get your ass out there and fucking work, bitch.
It complements the flavor perfectly. And it's so weird because it's nothing like any other cuisine. It really isn't. I can't even tell you another cuisine that tastes like that. But it's so good. And what I like about Mediterranean food is usually when you get it.
You all know the drill, guys. Phil's beginning the show now. Tag me in chat in case I miss anything on the card. There's a good chance I won't miss it, but also I'm a dumb bastard. Sometimes I do miss these things, so don't be afraid to tag me and harass me just in case I do miss it. Just to get my attention, you know. But hopefully we get a full house today, guys, and hopefully we can get a full 25 out of 25 so one of you guys can win some money from me for enduring Phil's goddamn annoying antics. Good luck, guys. Here we go. Here we go. Let's just... Today's a day. I just got a feeling today's a day. Let's get this.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the show. It is time for the Level 1 podcast where we're all busy having fun down here on Level 1. Today is Tuesday, the 8th of November, 2022. It is a giant new release day. I don't know why I look quite so pink. Let me see if I can fix that for just a second. And how y'all doing? Whoa. Hopefully you're all doing well. Hopefully you're ready for some fun today because today is going to be an exciting day. There, I look much more human now. New release, hype new release, a game that we are all wondering if it's going to be good or not, right? Me included. I don't know if today's new release of Sonic Frontiers is going to be good or not. The reviews are all over the place. Certainly, for those of us who are fans of Sonic, we want a new hype 3D Sonic game. We've had our fill of the retro stuff with Sonic Mania, and earlier this year we had the Sonic collection of the classics redone for a modern audience with widescreen capabilities and the like. But we want a new Sonic game that takes Sonic into the modern era and that everyone can enjoy. It's so weird that we have had not one, but two majorly successful Sonic movies, but we don't have a modern Sonic video game that's really had any kind of success, right? You know, you have Sonic Frontiers, Sonic Boom, they all just flopped. So today, we're very excited. Did I say Sonic Frontiers? Sonic Forces. Sonic Forces, Sonic Boom. Today, we're trying Sonic Frontiers, and I'm excited. I hope it's good. We're playing it on the Xbox Series X. Again, I've heard many different things about it, okay? I don't know exactly what it entails besides it's open world, and it's going to have some wild, like, courses and tracks to run on. But besides that, we're going to find out today firsthand, all right? And I'm happy to be doing this today. You know what? Let's get this out of the way. Let's get the elephant out of the room. Because he's over there in the corner. He's looking at me and he's bothering me. Okay? Elephants are cute, but I don't like it when they stare at me. So let's talk about this. You will likely notice the vast majority of major content creators and streamers today on the internet will be playing God of War Ragnarok. Okay? As of now, like right now, they're already playing it. And you might say, Phil, I don't get it. Why are they playing God of War Ragnarok? Doesn't it come out tomorrow? And the answer is yes. But as you guys know, which I've been very strongly a critic of over the last several years, these people now get games early. There's actually a whole process to do it. Want to know the process? I can tell you because I know all about it, okay? If you're a content creator with a following on the internet, you apply to be on the contact list and or mailing list for any of several PR agencies that represent games, game studios, and publishers. Okay? Basically, you'll have a contact who is the person you reach out to whenever there is a new game that you're interested in and you're looking to get an advanced review copy for free. Okay? And, you know, I know all about the process. I know exactly what it is. I don't do it. All right? And we'll talk about that in a moment. But what you do is you reach out to these guys, you register with them, okay? And then when it comes time, around the time when new games are coming out, they'll actually reach out to you and say, hey, here's a list of all the games that we represent. Are you interested in any of these? You know, what format would you like them for? Yada, yada, yada. And essentially you apply to get early games and release copies, okay? And if you're deemed worthy enough for various different reasons, because there could be many different reasons why you qualify, you'll get an early copy, and then you get a bunch of qualifying criteria of what you can do with that game at what time. There'll be an NDA or non-disclosure agreement you have to sign to say, I will not violate this agreement. I will not spoil the game early. I will not post up gameplay or anything early past the date that I'm allowed to. What are the criteria to get games early? The size of your channel and or your stream, whatever it is that you do. Your notoriety in the community, like for example, if you're known as someone who covers a game for a certain reason, accessibility, speed running, you know, anything like that. You know what I mean? Like Digital Foundry, right? They're the guys who do the tech stuff, so they're going to get the games early to review it for tech purposes. You see? So basically, there's a bunch of qualifying criteria for it. All right, and then if you're deemed worthy enough, I know that sounds like I'm criticizing or whatever. I'm actually not. This is the process. If you're deemed worthy enough to get an early copy of the game, you'll be notified. And usually, not only will you get a copy of the game, but with certain games, you'll get what's called a press pack. So you'll get a bunch of information about the game. Maybe you'll get some promotional material, some talking points that you can mention in your videos, streams, or social media to advertise the game. Because yes, even though you're not being paid to, it's inherently implied that if you get a game early, you're going to do advertising for it, to kind of do a you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours mentality, promote their game. They'll continue to provide free games ahead of time to you that will benefit your business in the long run, you see? Sometimes they even send special edition stuff. Like some people have gotten a pack with the game, but also like a special edition controller that's branded to the game and all kinds of swag. Oh, I got a sweatshirt I can wear on my stream and all kinds of shit like that, depending on, again, the size, the prominence of your channel and stuff like that. All right. Now, in extreme situations, there have been times when these companies actually fly certain content creators out to special launch party events and things that they then cover in detail. They get super advanced access to the games before the games even come out. That's definitely the exception to the rule. Okay. In the modern day, usually it's just you get on that list of favored gameplay streamers and or content creators for whatever reason, and then you get every game for free early. Okay. So in the case of God of War Ragnarok, okay, a lot of people got it early. A ton. All right. In fact, you know, I was just looking around at some people who were saying, oh, I'm playing it early or whatever. People who have channels less than half the size of DSP Gaming, all right, with less than half the viewership, less than half the subs, actually got a copy of God of War Ragnarok early. All right. I'm not complaining. All right. I'm not saying that I wanted it early. I did not. As I told you guys, I am staunchly against this practice. I believe this creates an elitist group of people who are seen as the favored golden content creators. I think it gives them an unfair competitive advantage in the business. You know, just in general, I don't think that anyone should have that ability to cover a game early like that. There are a few distinct exceptions. For example, yes, I think Digital Foundry should get a game early because they're not game reviewers of the content. They're game reviewers of the technical performance. That's a little different, and they need extra time to do that. I think that someone who's reviewing a game for accessibility purposes absolutely should get a game early because they need to replay and review the game for people to know on day one, can I even buy it and play it for my requirements for accessibility? So there's some people who absolutely should still be getting these games early. But in general, the vast majority of people who get games early should not be getting them early. It doesn't serve any extra purpose to be getting it a week or two early, to have a review out a few days beforehand. It's ridiculous. Today, most people trust the independent reviewers over the mainstream media anyway, so why do we care about having these guys have their reviews out so early? It doesn't make sense. And in fact, a lot of the times, it's a double-edged sword that comes back to bite the game makers, because take a look at God of War Ragnarok. The plot leaked last week. Luckily, I've avoided it, but people have been spoiling the shit out of this game all over the internet, and it serves them right. They just shouldn't have been sending out copies that damn early so that idiots would spoil it, which they always do. It's not even like the exception to the rule anymore that it gets spoiled. It always gets spoiled now. Every major fucking game will get spoiled if you send it out early. So I don't know how they haven't figured this out yet, okay? So today, November 8th, 2022, when you're looking all over the internet and you're like, why is like almost every single content creator and streamer streaming God of War Ragnarok and not Phil? That's why. Because they play the game, okay, I was going to say, is this light working? Yeah, it is. You know what? Hold on a second. I'm trying to see if I put it at a different angle, if it'll look better. It actually looks better like that. It does look better like that. It's more of a 3D perspective. You see that? Cool. I think it looks better like that. Anyway. Yeah. Basically, anyone out there who's playing it early are one of the people who applied to get it early. One of the people who did the review early, and now they get to play it a day early. Okay? In my entire history of covering games for the internet, 14 years, there is one game where I did this. It was Fallout 4. All right? That was it. The one game ever. Outside of that, I've just never cared. I don't apply to be early for this stuff. Because here's the thing, and this is my philosophy, and you can completely disagree, and that's totally cool. Because today seems to be the whole get that bag mentality. By any means necessary, make money, make a living, putting content on the internet. Don't care what you shill, don't care how you get it, as long as you make money. That seems to be the mentality of the vast majority of content creators out there. That seems to be what a lot of people are okay with. I'm not okay with that personally. To me, I want to be someone who stands by, what he believes in when it comes to content creation, when it comes to gaming in general. I personally don't believe that I am any better, any smarter, any more important than anyone else on the internet. Okay? I don't believe that whatsoever. And just so you know, I have no intentions of trying to get games early. I don't play the game. I know exactly how the game is played. All right? Because I've been there. I've done that. I know how to register. I know how to talk to these PR people. I know how to get these games early. I absolutely, positively, 100% could have gotten God of War Ragnarok early if I wanted it. I wouldn't have been able to stream or record it for you guys. Instead, it would have all had to be done offline, which is kind of counterproductive because what's the point when I'm a full-time streamer and I stream 6 days a week? When was I going to find to play God of War outside of my regularly scheduled streams? Right? I stream so much compared to these other content creators that I wouldn't have even had time to play this game regardless if I got it early. So it's kind of counterproductive. What's the point of me trying to get shit early if I can't play it for you guys, right? But the thing is, I honestly, inside, deep down, doing this for 14 years, I feel like I'm on the same level as all of you. Down here on level 1, I guess we could say, right? I don't feel like I'm up here at level 10, level 20. I'm not some elitist guy who gets everything early, nor do I want it. I just want to play at the same time as you. I want to experience it the same way you do. That's just how I feel. That's my true feeling. I feel like people who get it early, sadly, a lot of the times, and again, there's exceptions. If you're someone who gets a game early and it's solely on the fact that you have a unique perspective to bring, you're reviewing it for the graphics, you're reviewing it for accessibility, those are exceptions to the rule. But the vast majority of people who are trying to get these games desperately early to put out an early review for clickbait, to be able to play it a day early on stream, they're in it for the bag. They're in it for the money. They're in it for the notoriety, the viewership. And the thing is, they've created an elitist group that all cover each other and all get each other's back. So when someone criticizes one of them for playing it early, everyone else comes up in arms. Fuck you, fuck you. No, fuck you. Because people have a right to have their own feelings about things, and people have a right to say rightly that you're probably doing it for the money. Because if you didn't care about getting that day one early copy, then you would probably play it on normally like everybody else. I'm just not there. I don't care about doing it early. I'd rather cover games at my own pace. I'd rather do really in-depth streams and gameplay playthroughs for you guys that are covering all the aspects of a game that I'm really enjoying. And that way I can bring you honesty. Nothing on my stream is ever a paid shill advertisement. You guys know that. You guys know that 100% of the gameplay, the commentary, the criticism that I bring to a playthrough is legit. Okay? And it's mostly because I don't do it for the money. I'm just not taking the bag. I get opportunities. And this morning, I woke up, I had 5 freaking emails about companies that want me to promote their games. 5. I'm not even exaggerating. 5. A bunch were indie games. One was one of these PR companies that says we represent a bunch of games. And I was, no, I'm not going to do it. You know, I'm going to do my own thing. I like doing my own thing. You guys like me doing this way. That's why you support the streams. That's why you support the content. And I really appreciate that. Okay? So thank you to those who do support my efforts to remain independent, to not have to shill games and products to you. And please understand, that's why I'm one of the few content creators on the planet that are not playing God of War today. Because I'm going to play it tomorrow like all of you. I'll have access to it the same time you will. I'll play it at exactly the same time that you're going to play it. It's that simple. Okay? So, thank you for that and understanding. I would much rather today play Sonic Frontiers. I know God of War is going to be good. I'm not stupid. I love God of War 2018. I know that this next, Ragnarok is likely going to be a Game of the Year contender, right? I know it's going to be an insanely long playthrough from what people are saying about the length of the content. It's going to be probably a month or longer to beat it, and I'll be balancing it with a million other games, and that's fine. I'm in no rush. I'm actually more interested today in Sonic Frontiers because this is the big question mark that everyone has, okay? So, thank you all. And it's funny because some people criticize me and say, well, Phil, when you say all the time that your money is tight, some weeks you're living paycheck to paycheck and all this, how can you do it? Because that's just me. To me, it's easier for me.
Thank you very much to Graham for the tip. He says, I hope he doesn't break his arm patting himself on the back. Yeah, it's quite a lot of, grandiose gesturing. He goes one day where he says that he doesn't get these opportunities. One day he'll say he never gets these opportunities to do this. He'll never get these chances to get in this kind of, to be able to do this kind of thing. And he seems to kind of blame detractors and trolls. I'm never getting the opportunities to do this kind of thing. And the next day he's like, I'm never going to do it anyway because I'm not a paid show. I'm not a paid... He doesn't seem to understand. He keeps flip-flopping on his mentality and his stance on where he stands on this matter. But, yeah, it's just... Prophet thinks he tried to apply for it and didn't get it early. It's quite possible. Yeah. And keep in mind as well, remember the loopholes that Phil jumped through to play Dark Souls early? There was a Dark Souls game, was it Dark Souls 2? He set his console to pretend he was in Japan. He had to actually get yen. He had to, you couldn't just buy it in dollars. I think he had to convert his currency to yen so he could actually buy the game and pretend he was in Japan and play the game early. He went to great lengths to try and get that game played early. This was only a few years ago. This wasn't that long ago. I can't remember exactly when, but I do remember the loopholes. He jumped through all these hoops to try and play that game early.
Money, oh, money, yeah, money.
Thank you very much to Alfred Aponte for Super Chat. He says, big ups, brother, big ups to you too, pal. Thank you very much for Super Chat, very kind.
How can you do it? Because that's just me. To me, it's easier for me to sleep at night knowing that I am true to myself and my own beliefs than taking the bag. You know what I'm saying? Because some people are just into taking the bag. I'm not. I can't do that. I'm that kind of person where I just can't. I would actually hate myself if I was just someone who was constantly taking money here, shill this, shill that, ad here, ad there, big paid product placement in my video. That, and maybe, you know what? Maybe that's because I started back in the day before any of that was possible, right? I started as a content creator in 2008, all right? Back then, there was no taking of the bag. There was no paid promotional opportunities. It was just make videos, and you're lucky if you can monetize them. Because back then, you couldn't even monetize gameplay. So maybe it's just because I've been around for so long that's my mentality. And since then, there's been entire generations of new content creators that they grew up in this commercial atmosphere where everything is an ad and everything's for money. Why am I making a video unless I'm making a buck on it today, right? That's just not my mentality. It never has been. My mentality is I'm putting out content for you. You enjoy the content. If you're enjoying the content, then you'll support it. It's free content. It's not, oh, I'm only making this video because there's a paid advertisement placement in there that I make money on. Or, oh, I'm only streaming today because I can play God of War early and I get advanced views and I get inflated views and, I can make money on it. That's not why I stream. All right? I've also told you guys this, and this is quite frankly the truth. If I ever All right. If I ever were to like never need to stream again, like if I were to win the friggin' lotto or something like that, I would still stream. It just would be way decreased from what I do today, for sure. All right. But I definitely would still stream. Why? Because I love this. I love gaming. It's been my lifelong hobby. I love interacting with you guys. I love what I do. This is my passion as well as my job. You understand that? That's why I do it. There's been many times over the years where people were like, you should just quit. It's not worth it. The harassment you get, the messed up stuff that's happened to you and your family, you should just quit. And I'm like, you know, you're probably right, but I'm kind of a stubborn jerk. And when people tell me I can't do something or I'm no good at something, I tend to try to prove them wrong. And that's always kind of been, that's always kind of been the thing with me. So to me, that's just me. Now, Mango Jewel Pods just did a super chat. If you could read off 5 emails right now without having to dig around for them, I'll tip $100. Well, I deleted them all, but they would be in my deleted box. And by the way, I do not believe he's going to tip me $100. Let me see just quickly if I can find them. What I have to do is I have to load all of my fucking junk now because, dude, I get so many. You have no idea. Oh my God, I got so many.
Bruh.
Actually, here's an email from someone who says they're a professional video editor and they want to edit my videos and make shorts. Okay. So that's not even one. That's something different. I'd have to look here. They're all my deleted. Here's one. This was a follow-up. Oh, no, this is the same guy. He emailed me twice about YouTube shorts. Here. My name is, I'm not going to give the guy's name. My name is Bleh. I'm an influencer relationship manager for an agency and I'm not going to give you the name of the company. We've been allocated a further budget for Q4. We've asked to gauge your interest in working with the following brands for 60-second pre-roll and mid-roll integrations, and it gives 3 indie games. Is this something you'd be interested in? Please reply to this email with a copy of your demographics, blah, 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 blah. So there's one. This is going to be hard to find because, like I said, they're all my deleteds. Actually, there should have been way more than that. Where did this one go? I wonder if it went to a different email address. I don't know. That's just one I just pulled. Like I said, there's a bunch that I get every day. Like every single day, I get at least 3 or 4 of these now. It's usually indie games that you get that for. If you want the bigger games, those you have to go out of your way and register for yourself. Those you're not going to actively get offers in your inbox. Oh, here we go. Partnership offer for DSP Gaming. My name is Alex. I'm a manager at, not going to say the name of it. We're an official YouTube partner. We work with large creators all over the world to help develop your channel. We want to make money off of it. You have potential for growth and earnings. We would like to advertise our products on your channel. Please contact me and let's have a discussion. There's one right there. Okay? There you go. That's 2. I was wondering where they all were because I knew there was more than just 1 or 2 here. All right. That's all. I'm not going to keep looking because I know there's way more, but I'm not going to keep digging through my 400 deleted emails a day. Right? In reality, I got, like I said, I've been getting offers about people who want to edit my stuff too, which is weird because making shorts is so easy. I don't know why anyone would offer to make shorts. That's really weird to me. Like, who would want to make shorts for you? Like, why can't I do that myself? That's like 10. You saw last night, and we're going to talk about this. Yesterday, I started my new mentality when it comes to making YouTube shorts every day. And I told you guys that every day I'm going to try to make a short if I can based off the gameplay I do. And making those 2 shorts, or actually I made 3 shorts last night, actually was quicker and easier for me than it was to do like the short schedule. Seriously. So yeah, I don't know why you would pay someone to do that unless you're just someone who's so effing busy. I don't know. Yeah, I can't find any more. I found 2. There you go. I found 2. I know I had more than that, but I found 2. There you go. Call me a liar now. Say that I lied about it, right? Okay, good for you. All right. Anyway, so I get stuff like that every day. Like, very rarely would a day go by when I don't get something like that. Hey, I work for an agency. I represent a bunch of games. Would you like to advertise these games? You could either do pre-rolls, post-roll, or a paid advertisement. Because there's been actually companies that are not just games, but also like game peripherals and things like that. And they're like, we want to advertise. One of them was like gum. It was like, we advertise energy gum. And we're trying to get into the gamer market. And we'd like you to advertise our energy gum and stuff like that. You know, I get those, again, regularly. And I don't take them because I don't want to be that to you guys. I want to be the guy who's here to relax and chill with you guys. Mango says, I didn't call you a liar. I gave you more money. I don't know what you're talking about. Mango, I didn't say that you did that. What are you talking about? But people are so sensitive. Mango, stop being sensitive. Stop that right now. I didn't insult you. Why are you acting like I did? Come on. I did not insult you. Okay? Okay. Anyway, so let's get back on topic here. I'm not playing God of War Ragnarok today. I'm playing it tomorrow, starting tomorrow all day long. All right? So I'll be here tomorrow playing it. If you want to see my God of War Ragnarok playthrough, it begins tomorrow. It's going to be ongoing for like a month to a month and a half. I'm going to be balancing that with all the other new releases. You're going to get a ridiculous amount of God of War Ragnarok coverage here on DSP Gaming. Think of it like this. I'm going to cover it the same way I covered Elden Ring. I'm going to give it as much time as it needs. I'm going to do all the side content that I find meaningful. I'm going to give it a fair shake. Okay? Fair enough? All right. But today it's all about Sonic. The big question mark. Is Sonic Frontiers good? We already talked about the reviews yesterday and how everyone is not in agreement about the game, if it's good or not. So we're going to find out today firsthand. Now, in celebration of the release of a new 3D Sonic game, number one, I'm wearing my Sonic the Hedgehog, well, one of my 2 Sonic the Hedgehog shirts. And in a special move, you ready for this?
Fucking inflatable fucking crown.
I'm just messing with you guys. I was ready to sit down like a minute ago. But, oh, you got the new animation. Cool. You guys finally got to see the new animation. That's the first time I played on stream. That's for a $10. Was that a $10 super chat? I forget if it's the $10 or $20 level super chat. So you got to see that. Cool. You got to see that. And the $30 tip, it'll play that animation as well. There you go. Anyway, in a special move, yes, today and today only, if we hit the hat goal of $100 in tips raised, it will be the return of the Sonic hat. Yes, this hat is a storied hat. I wore this hat at first when I got Sonic Generations a million years ago. It came as a pre-order bonus when you bought Sonic Generations over a decade ago. All right? Then, as a special bonus, I wore this during my Sonic 2006 playthrough in 2016, was it? I think it was 2016, maybe 2017, but I think it was 2016 when I played Sonic 2006. So this only comes by every once in a while for a special occasion. And I decided for today, for the launch of Sonic Frontiers, yes, this will be eligible for the hat goal. And I will be uncomfortable wearing it because this hat is very warm. It's like wearing a pillow on your head because it really is. It's pillow material in there. So when you wear it, you start sweating. You're like, oh. But I will do it. If we hit the $100 goal today, we will go fast. The blue blur will return. I will wear the Sonic hat. Okay? That's what I do for you guys. I make myself suffer. So I'll actually put the Sonic hat down here. It'll be on deck and ready if we hit the hat goal for today. Okay? All right. Very nice. Okay. So Sonic Frontiers is the first stream. I'm hoping for the best. Let's hope that it's good. and we'll go from there. All right. Later tonight, 6:45 p.m. Pacific time, Disney Dreamlight Valley Chill Fun. I'm excited for this, and here's why. First of all, we are literally on the edge of nonstop new release content. Sonic, God of War Ragnarok, the new Dark Pictures game, Devil Within Me, Evil West, the new Pokemon game, among others. These are just some of the few off the top of my head that are coming out in the next few weeks. Plus, continuing and finishing Gotham Knights, Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer. We are in 1,000,000% new games coming up. Like, everything's going to be a new smash hit. So tonight is going to be pretty cool because we get to have kind of a nice chill way to slide into the new content. I don't know how often I'll be able to play Disney Dreamlight Valley moving forward. Maybe once a week, if that, if we're lucky, because we're going to have so many new releases we're juggling. I'm going to need those streams to cover the new releases and make progress. So I'm excited to be able to play this tonight and have a chill experience. Last time we played it, we unlocked a new character. We unlocked a new area with another new character. We unlocked new abilities. So it was basically like tons of progress. So I'm excited tonight to continue on with that progress that we had last time. And we always have a very fun, interactive time. Lots of conversation. Lots of interaction. I'm looking forward to that tonight. 6:45 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. All right. Tomorrow, all day long, it's God of War Ragnarok. It's on the first stream. It's on the second stream. All right. So I'm excited for that, obviously. I'm off from streaming on Thursday. When I return on Friday, it's more God of War Ragnarok, and that'll be paired with the late night stream of Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer, also now known as Friday Night Firefights, as I'll be planning on trying to do that every Friday night. Saturday, we'll switch back to Sonic Frontiers, so we'll have another major stream of Sonic Frontiers Saturday. Saturday night, we'll probably do more Gotham Knights, as we try to continue on with the game and advance in the plot. Once we advance a little bit more in the plot, we have one more major side quest in that game against Clayface, and then it's the finale of the plot. So we're getting there. We're almost done with Gotham Knights, but we definitely need to make some more advancement before we can finish up all the side content and stuff like that. But it's been a great playthrough. All right, so there you go. Great schedule coming up. I'm excited for all the new release stuff that we'll be juggling, and I hope that you guys will be around. Now, I totally understand many of you may not want to be around for the premiere of God of War tomorrow, because many of you likely will be playing it for yourselves. And if that's the case, I wish you well. I hope you enjoy the game. But understand, the vast majority of people who are playing God of War Ragnarok will always be ahead of me in the game. Reason being, I'm going to be playing it, a full day. So yeah, I'm going to be playing it like 5 or more hours that first day tomorrow. But after that, I'm immediately off a day. So by the time I come back on Friday, most of you will be way ahead of me. Okay? As you know, I'm a variety streamer. I'm not going to be playing God of War Ragnarok nonstop. I'm going to be playing it like one stream and then alternate, and then another stream and then alternate. So being that I'm only going to make about 3 hours of progress every other day, I really doubt that most people won't be ahead of me. So I totally understand if you can't be here tomorrow for various reasons. You don't want to spoil, but I would certainly hope that you will join me later on, maybe starting Friday. If you can't be here tomorrow, you're likely going to be so far ahead of me that there's not going to be any spoilers. And in fact, what a lot of people like to say they like to do is play into the game themselves, then come back and watch me play it later on when they're ahead of me to see how I tackle the same stuff they've already done. They enjoy watching me replay the areas they've already played to see how I do things differently or what I have to say about them. Okay? So, good stuff coming up this week. All right, guys? Let's do a little bit of odds and ends coverage around here. All right? And one thing, I want to give you guys an update because you guys have been asking me for several days. Update on the interview. All right? I'm still in contact with a few people who I'm interested in doing my interview with. They're still very interested as well. But we've all been talking about it and realized we're all kind of busy, including me, obviously, but we're all kind of busy right now, talking specifics of how we want to do it. And like I said, there's 3 people in particular who I have in mind, and they all have a completely different idea of how they want to do an interview with me. Likely, if we're going to do anything, it's going to be in December at this point. Just to let you know, we've talked it out, and it's kind of like it's going to probably be in December. When things start to slow down a little bit with the games, it makes more sense then. But I am still in talks, and I'm actually thinking about maybe having a conversation with 1 or 2 of them outside of just like, email or DMs, but maybe having a call and, talk about the various ideas and things that we have, how to go about it. Interestingly enough, yes, some of these people are well known for interviewing people, and some of them are not. Some of them they make different kinds of content, but they're actually going out of their way because they want to interview me particularly because of my unique situation on the internet. So, we'll see, okay? Oh, by the way, I fully believe that... Remember I told you that there was a... And by the way, I'm glad I didn't mention it. Remember I told you that there was a major gaming journalism outlet, that there was someone who was claiming to represent them and wanted to possibly have me on their show, maybe in December, to talk about like online harassment and the history of kiwi farms and stuff like that. So I told them I would be interested. Let's talk a little further. They came back to me and said, oh, okay, but what we'd like to do is we'd like to send you an NDA, all right, that you sign first, and then we'll go from there. And I was like, well, I'm not going to sign anything until we talk about the ins and outs. I don't even know about this show. How does the show broadcast? Where does it broadcast? Is it a live show? Is it a pre-recorded show that gets uploaded to the internet? How would I be involved in the show? Do I have to call in via, like, you know, one of these online services? Or, you know, I just wanted the details of the show before I would sign anything. They've ghosted me now. That was like, because I said I want more details before I'll sign anything, immediately cut off contact for like a week to a week and a half. I heard nothing. So it's like, I get the feeling this is someone who was probably lying about who they were and misrepresenting who they were, and probably weren't actually representing any games journalism group at all. They were full of shit, and they were probably trying to get me to sign something. You know what I'm saying? That didn't make sense, to try to say, ha, we got a gotcha moment or something. So, whatever. In reality, that wasn't what I was looking for anyway. I wasn't looking to be on someone else's show, a games media show, to talk about kiwi farms. I wanted to be interviewed about my own situation and get the air cleared out there about stuff regarding me, you know. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that was about, but I haven't heard from them in a long time. So it's probably bullshit. It was probably, you know, when I first announced it, over 2 weeks ago, you probably had a bunch of people who were rushing to try to fuck with me, right? And that was probably one of them. But I still have, you know, several legit people interested. And once I have information updates, I'll let you know. Right now, it's actually more on me than anything else, because some people were like, I'll just interview right now. And I was like, I just can't do it right now. I'm too busy. You know, I want to wait till things calm down a little bit. Maybe I can make some time out of my schedule, say in like early December. It makes more sense. So, there you go. No, Plum Girl, basically, what I'm going to do, whoever I eventually interview with, we're going to end up having a conversation before the interview anyway. And essentially what I'm sure we'll do is talk about what's the topics, and I'm sure it's going to be all about the drama shit surrounding me on the internet, which is kind of what I want it to be about, so that I can directly address and counter all the bullshit, you know? But would there be a situation where they give me the gotcha moment? Maybe, I don't know. I mean, how do you prevent that? You can't. The thing is, I am 100% confident in doing an interview. And the reason I am is because I know that all the bullshit people say about me is false. I have zero fear that there's going to be some kind of a giant revealing gotcha moment, because there can't be, because it's not true. You see, if this were all true shit, then I'd be actually, oh my God, you know, maybe they're going to hit me with something. I'm not, I know it's all bullshit, you know? So because of that, I'm not afraid. I'll have an honest interview with anyone, about it. I'm just not worried. I have literally no fear. The thing is, there's going to be people who won't believe what I say anyway, but that's not who I'm really doing this for. You know what I mean? Okay. Anyway, continuing on, the only final topic I want to talk about before we get to the news segment is the memberships. Guys, as you know, we have a membership goal for the month, and if we hit that membership goal, I'm doing a holiday marathon event right before Christmas. I'm not exactly sure what the date would be yet, but that holiday event would be very exciting because I'll be dressed up in holiday-themed attire, like Christmas sweaters and shirts and hats. I'll be drinking liquor during the event. It's the one stream a year I actually imbibe myself in alcoholic beverages. I'll be playing a variety of games you guys will nominate and vote on. All right. And we do special holiday things, like there'll probably be a holiday feasting with the king and a holiday DSP tries it as well. I love doing this event, but we have not had any positive movement in members in a while. All right. Last month, we had an insane amount of gifted memberships, which was outstanding, amazing. We smashed the goals. We smashed the record. But since then, it's just been decline. All right. We need to start making movement, because here's the thing. About another week and a half, some of these membership bombs from last month are going to expire. And we're eventually going to just push ourselves out of any kind of contention of actually hitting the membership goal. So if you're not a member yet, consider becoming one. if you were thinking of helping out the channel or even your fellow viewer, this is the season of giving indeed, right? You can gift a membership to someone here, and I'm absolutely sure they're going to be appreciative of it. People love having memberships to the channel, so please consider it. Thank you in advance. Seriously, thank you in advance to anyone who supports the channel in any way, but memberships in particular. You know, if we can hit that goal sooner rather than later, that would be great. All right. Lastly, the method by which you guys can nominate advertisements for me to watch them during my Black Friday Adpocalypse Spectacular Marathon event, which is coming up in about just under 3 weeks. All right. It's now live. You can do it by typing !Adpocalypse in the chat, or every 15 minutes or so, a pop-up will pop up there, and you'll actually be able to go to the thread that way. Now, already, there's a lot of nominations, which is great. The more nominations, the better. I hope that I get a ton of nominations for advertisements, PSAs, and the like. The only really criteria is that they have to be from the years of the 1980s, the 1990s, or the first half of the 2000s. I feel like anything past that is too recent. So those are the criteria. But outside of that, it has to be on YouTube. But anything is fair game. You know what I'm going to do is probably in about a week's time, I'm going to review the stuff that you guys have nominated. I'm going to start adding them to a running playlist. That running playlist will serve as the thing that we draw upon during that marathon event to watch stuff. I'm very excited. I'm very excited to do this. It's going to be a unique event, something the likes of which I've never done before. Probably it's going to be super fun to do because a lot of these ads either I've never seen or I'll remember them. So everyone will believe it. You never have to deal with them ever again. When I was younger, and I'll be able to give you my take on where they were, you know, in pop culture at the time, you know, what my reaction was as a kid back then and stuff like that. So I'm very excited for this event. I think it's going to be one of the better events I've ever done. And I hope that you guys will nominate stuff if you haven't yet. Again, the more nominations, the better the event is simply going to be. So please consider nominating, okay? All right, some game news. Here we go. Game news. First of all, Netflix has announced they're working on a Gears of War movie, which will then be followed by an adult animated series. They're working with the game developer, The Coalition, which makes the games right now. And there has been a strong push by the original creator of Gears of War, Cliff Bleszinski, to have the actor Dave Bautista play the title role of Marcus Phoenix. Mr. Bautista, over the years, has expressed a distinct desire to play Marcus because he knows the video games and loves them. Personally, I think that would be insanely cool. I think that Dave is a great actor. I think that he fits the role perfectly. And I think that that would be seriously one of the best video game movies of all time if it happens. So I am 100% in agreement. I think this would be an amazing piece of media. I think that the story of Gears of War is good. That could be made into a pretty dramatic movie with a lot of action and gore as well. It's what people want, right? Like, Gears of War is like a summer popcorn movie. Action, gore, drama, right? That's what you want in a great action movie, and they want to make it. Then absolutely, let's do it, right? I say it differently. It's Bautista. His name is Bautista. You didn't know that? He always spelled it Batista when he was in WWE because they changed his name. His name was Bautista. That's how you pronounce it. Anyway, so yeah, I'm 100% in line for this. I would love to see it happen. If they're gonna make a Netflix movie of Gears of War, I think they already got half the work done for them. All right, we'll see what happens. You know, will they heed the pleas of Cliffy B, even though he's not involved in game development anymore? And will they do it, or will they say, "Oh fuck it, we'll just cast you know, Paul Rubens"? I wouldn't be surprised. Okay, continuing on. AEW, also known as All Elite Wrestling, one of the major competitors to WWE in the realm of pro wrestling, is coming out with a video game next year called Fight Forever. This game has been in development for several years, and I don't know if it's been through development hell, but it's just weird because every time we hear updates on it, it's like positives and negatives. Like it was a Tokyo Game Show, and they were showing content of it, and I was like, oh. The graphics don't look that good. Kind of looks like an outdated game. The animations don't look that good. they're kind of like wonky and choppy, and they're not smooth. But other people were like, oh, it's like so good. I was like, what are you watching? I guess what it is, people are saying that the game was designed to play like that WWE No Mercy game from like the 1990s on the N64. I never played it. You know, was I a wrestling fan in the 90s? Somewhat, but not as much as my friends. My high school friends were into that shit and apparently did play stuff like that. I did not. I was into fighting games. So I guess there's this whole generation of people who grew up like playing the No Mercy game and the spin-offs and love that formula. And I never played it. So I don't understand when they say, oh, it's good.
Thank you very much for Spaghetti for subscribing to the channel.
And love that formula. And I never played it. So I don't understand when they say, oh, it's going to play like that. Like, I don't even know what that means. Because I never played the game, you know. But anyway, the reason I'm bringing this up today is now officially been announced. AEW Fight Forever will be an Xbox Game Pass day release game. So you will not have to buy it. If you're on Game Pass, you'll just get it for free. So now it's a no-brainer. When the game comes out, yes, I will check it out. It's on Game Pass. I don't have to invest any additional money. Of course I'm going to check it out. I'd be an idiot to not check it out. If the game ends up sucking, no risk, right? So absolutely, yes, I will be checking it out when it comes out. The thing is, it doesn't have a release date yet. But obviously, if they're already making arrangements to have it be on Game Pass, then obviously it's going to, you know what I mean? It's going to happen. It's going to be a part of it, you know? So, all right, cool. The final story I have today, this one hit in the middle of the freaking night. Like, it was like midnight. And I just happened to be scrolling through Twitter. We were actually starting to get ready to go to sleep. And I start reading, and the official Sonic the Hedgehog account posts up something that my jaw dropped when I read it. I was like, what? So I'm not even kidding. This is the official post from the Sonic the Hedgehog Twitter account around midnight of last night. Hey everyone, quick notes ahead of the Frontiers launch today. If you purchased the digital deluxe version, be sure to install DLC before you start a new game. All DLC content for the game will not be valid if you install it after you play the tutorial of the game. Ensure you have the most recent patch before installing the DLC, or the DLC also will not work. Wait, what? So let me get this straight. Let's say you pre-ordered Sonic Frontiers, okay? And then you go to install it. Great, I install the game, all right? Or what if you bought the game physically, and so you install the base game to your console, all right? But you don't have the forethought to say, I want to download the DLCs as well that I'm owed because I pre-ordered it or because I bought the digital deluxe or whatever it is, okay? I'll be honest with you guys. This has happened to me before where I have a game and I order it and I just install the game and start playing it, and then people later on are like, well, did you get your DLCs? I'm like, what are you even talking about? And they're like, yeah, because you pre-ordered the game or because you got this version of the game, you're entitled to a whole bunch of extra content. Did you get it? I'm like, I guess not. I didn't know about it. You know, most of these games, when you download the base game, don't prompt you for that stuff. You have to kind of go out of your way to kind of find it, and it's usually listed as a separate listing on a marketplace or whatever. So it's I would think it's regular practice that when you're getting a new game, a lot of people forget to install DLC right away, and then after the fact, they, oh shit, I was supposed to do that, and then they go install it. Well, this is the first time I've ever heard that if you play the game past the tutorial, all of your DLCs are invalid forever. What? How does it... Where do you begin to make sense of that? Right? So if I didn't know I was even owed a DLC, or I was under the impression I had downloaded all the DLCs, and maybe I was accidentally didn't, you made a silly human error because you weren't informed, you now are screwed out of content forever. So I did my best to signal boost it. I did tweet and retweet it and everything. I don't think it got that much clout because, as you know, usually shit from my Twitter doesn't really go that far anymore. But at least if I helped a single person, I hoped I helped a single person. Seriously, because that would piss me off if I pre-ordered a game or I got a digital deluxe version of a game and I just accidentally didn't get all the content, and now you're stuck without it forever. Like, huh? Yeah, I would at least hope what they're going to do. I would really hope that they're going to patch it and fix that. That sounds like a really dumb thing. Or if this is the case and no one can access it, then later on just give it to everyone for free. Maybe wait a month, but after a month has passed, just give everyone that content for free. That way it's not people who get paid for it legitimately getting screwed out of it. You know what I mean? Like, that just doesn't make any sense to me at all, that they would do that. And I would hope that they're going to do the right thing, because that's not right to screw people out of stuff that they're owed, you know? Just because you didn't install it in the right order. Like, what are you talking about? All right. Anyway, that's really all I got today, guys. Let's get to shout-outs, shall we? So on the YouTube side of things today, we started off with Rocketman262, who did a super chat and says, DSP, I broke up with my girlfriend. Do you think it's for men? Rocketman262, $2 super chat. Thank you for that. He says, I just broke up with my girlfriend. Do you think it's for men? What? Magic 8 Ball. Is there any way to make sense of that? I'll look good. Just broke up with my girlfriend. Do you think it's for men? I don't get it. I tried really hard. I don't know what that means. Anyway, let's continue. Thank you for the super chat, Rocket Man. Mango Jewel Pods did the super chat. So if you read 5 emails right now without having to dig around for them, I'll tip $100. Of course, I found 2, not 5. I know there's more than that, but those are the 2 that I found immediately. So instead of tipping me $100, he then followed up with a $2 super chat. He says, have this for the attempt. I guess I'm hyped for Sonic. Thanks a lot, Mango Jewel Pods. Appreciate that. And then the Crunchiest Onion did a 10 euro. Is that a euro or is that a pound? That's a 10 pound super chat, I believe. And he says, whatever happened to those sponsored indie games on Twitch? I remember you being on the front page of Twitch at one point and on screen at TwitchCon. Did Twitch stop sending you them? Well, it's very short-lived. Allow me to explain what happened, okay? When they very first started doing them. All right, hold on. And by the way, this is years and years ago. Was that 2017, I want to say it was? I think it was 2017. It could have been 2018, but it was so long ago. I can't even remember the year. I mean, it was many years ago. They had just started doing these kind of promotions on Twitch, all right? For whatever reason, I don't know why, they chose me and offered me a contract to advertise a game called Choice Chamber. And the way it worked is this was a game. We had a plugin on your stream on Twitch, an extension, and people who were watching your stream had the ability to click things on the screen if they were watching it on a PC, and it would actually interact with the stream itself. Like the game would edit things in the game based on what people chose live on their screens. Now, at the time, this was revolutionary. I mean, this was 4 or 5 years ago. People were like, holy crap, interaction by clicking actually on a stream. That's a way you can help control a stream. Like, that's amazing. That's groundbreaking. And everyone thought this could be the future for live streaming, that you could have entire games just based off of this style of interaction. Can you imagine if there were games designed around just having a stream audience interact with the person playing the game, and how cool that would be, right? So at the time, we saw epic potential for this, okay? So yeah, I streamed the game for what was like an hour and a half, 2 hours, and people were constantly trying to troll me, pick the weakest items and things, and put an insane amount of enemies. And basically it just showed that this kind of gameplay is a double-edged sword. Because in some cases, people could help you out, and then you can make massive progress, and the game may be too easy. At the same time, if people decide to troll you, all of a sudden the game becomes almost insurmountable to the point where it's unbeatable, right? So it was actually a very interesting experiment, and I think that the game developers likely learned something watching me play their game like that, okay? Now, that was before the era of all the partnered offers for other games, and we'll talk about that in a moment. So I got paid a good amount of money for that event. It was only 2 hours of streaming or so. Apparently at TwitchCon, they did have a live stream. They showed that live at TwitchCon. It was a way to show, hey, look, here's the future of streaming or whatever. Now, today in 2022, how many people hear about interactive games that use extensions and it's a major part of live streaming? Right? So much like all these other things that are these big lofty ideas, like waggling motion controls, fucking big gaudy VR headsets, and a million other things. This was something that was an idea that originally had potential and really didn't go anywhere. There are some social kind of interactive games out there that still use this kind of thing, but it's not extremely prominent at all, actually. You don't really often hear about these games doing that kind of extension plugin anymore. Well, you know what I was thinking? I was thinking that for games like Call of Duty and maybe ongoing playthroughs, you could have like a lot of stats. Like, for example, what's my ongoing kill-death ratio? What's my stats on, how am I doing unlocking a certain gun or whatever? And you would think that would track in Call of Duty. Apparently, even that, like 1 year it was prominent, and then it went away. So for whatever reason, the extensions on Twitch never really took off. They were a good idea, and they just never really exploded in popularity. And now I don't really hear about it ever again, right? Never. I never hear about anyone talking about extensions at all. It's like an afterthought, right? Now, I'm not saying, again, that it's not existent. I'm just saying it never got prominent. I think their whole goal was this would be prominent. Now, after that, was I ever offered a giant, lucrative contract ever again? No. But what ended up happening was they streamlined their offers for these kind of things. They created a whole segment of Twitch that was for paid promotional advertisements. And every partnered streamer had it. And what would happen is you'd go into this queue and you'd see a series of games for which you were offered promotional opportunities based on the size and the reach of your channel. So you'd be able to pick one and say, okay, stream this game for 1 hour, use these talking points during that hour and get paid a certain amount of money. Now, in some cases, there were games that I had never played. In other cases, there were games I was already playing. So at first I was going to do World of Tanks.
Money, yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money. Yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Virtual Profit for super chat. It says, pretty sure any multiplayer game is interactive, especially for streamers that play with their audience, but that's not Phil. Pretty much, yeah. Phil, I just said it in my chat there, but this completely contradicts Phil's earlier narrative from earlier on. He claimed that the only game he shilled and he got early was Fallout 4, but the fact of the matter is Twitch paid him to promote this game. And I remember watching the stream, there was not one single snort made that entire stream. It was bizarre. It was like a different person was playing it, not Phil Burnell, because he was acting completely different from his usual self, because this was like a big sponsored stream. Twitch were actually giving him money to promote this game, promote this feature, and yeah, he was a completely different person. It's bizarre. You have to see it. If you've never seen it, try and find it, guys. It's bizarre. And by the way, he's about to mention World of Tanks. Phil was going to get a sponsorship of World of Tanks. It's a free game, by the way. Anyone can play the game for free, but they were going to sponsor him until the detractors got involved and they revoked that sponsorship. So I thought that was pretty damn funny. He's about to talk about it now.
I never played. In other cases, there were games I was already playing. So at first I was going to do World of Tanks, which is a game that I had heard of, but I had never played before and didn't know much about. I sign up for the opportunity. I tell everyone tomorrow I'm streaming World of Tanks. All of a sudden, it disappears. And I get an email from a Twitch techie. It wasn't even like my partner manager. Some technical guy at Twitch contacts me and says, oh, by the way, you weren't supposed to have that opportunity. What? What are you talking about? So I asked around. Everyone had that opportunity. It wasn't like just me. Anyone who was in the partner program had that opportunity. What happened was I signed up for it. My trolls, when I announced the day before that I was going to do it, went to the World of Tanks social media account and spammed the fuck out of it with hateful shit. Wow, do you want this guy advertising your game? He's a pedophile, he's a scammer, he's this, he's that. Every disgusting thing you can think of, okay? They spammed it with. So obviously, after being bombarded for a day on their social media, the World of Tanks dev team contacted Twitch behind the scenes and says, we don't want Phil playing our game because we feel like it's going to be just negativity because look at these people who are just following him around. We don't want that. So Twitch pulled the offer, even though I already announced I was doing it. Okay? So then I decided, let's do a different game. So I did an indie game. I can't even remember what it was called. LOL or something like that. It was supposed to be like a parody of League of Legends, like a League of Legends streamer or something like that. I played it for like an hour. And by the way, it wasn't even released yet. It was like an early copy of the game. I played it for an hour. I thought it was okay. I didn't hate it. I thought for an indie studio, it was an interesting take because it was a narrative-based game that was supposed to be emulating like League of Legends. So I thought it was kind of unique. So, I play it genuinely. I give you my honest thoughts about it. Come to find out, guess what happened? My haters went to their social media, to their Discord account, and spammed again, he's a pedophile, he's a racist, he's a sexist, he's a scammer, he's this, he's that, which is all false, but they send all this shit, and what does the company do? Whoa, we don't want to be associated with Dark Side Phil then. So then they tell Twitch, we don't want to do it, and Twitch is like, he already did it. He already did it. What are you talking about? He already did the promotion. And the company apparently behind the scenes was trying to do everything they could to not pay me, but they had to legally. So I got paid for that one, okay? The last one I ever got an offer or ever got able to do was Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Now, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, I'd already been playing. I had already been doing a playthrough of the game and really enjoying it. I had actually been telling you guys how I liked Odyssey way more than Origins the year before. So, already doing a promotion for this game, or excuse me, a playthrough of the game, it was a no-brainer that I should take up the opportunity to do the paid promotion. All I had to really do was just continue on with my own playthrough, but just disclose that, yes, this portion was the promotional material for it, okay? So I did so. I signed up for it. I played the game for like 2 hours, said it was the promotional stream. Everything went fine. I got paid, all right? I didn't hear anything back, but within 2 weeks of me doing that stream, my entire section on Twitch that's supposed to give me offers of promotional opportunities was blanked out. So I started asking around to other people who were in the partner program. Is yours blanked out? No, I got this opportunity. I got that opportunity. I got this opportunity. Oh, so basically they're singling me out. Oh, I see. So I contacted them and I asked Twitch what was going on, and they lied to me. Twitch was completely dishonest with me and lied and said, oh, that's technical difficulties. I said, technical difficulties? What are you talking about? Isn't it a coincidence that I did a 2-hour promotional stream for a big company like Ubisoft, and within 2 weeks of me doing it, you removed all my opportunities? I was like, did I do something wrong? Oh, no, you did absolutely nothing wrong. Trust us, that's a technical difficulty. 2 months later, still gone. So I emailed them, well, not emailed, it was, this was my old partner manager, who was a pretty worthless person, quite frankly. They've never helped me with anything. They were just there to yell at me about nonsense after the fact, rather than actually be an active contact that would help me with anything. But I contacted them on Discord. Oh, Discord! Discord! Yes, you fucking nudniks. I always had a Discord to talk to companies like this. You always needed that. That was how they all conversed back then. You needed a Discord account. But that was the only thing I ever used my Discord for, was to talk, basically, to my Twitch partner manager. And every once in a while, if there was another opportunity behind the scenes or something, like there was at one point where there was an opportunity where I was going to do a partnership with a company. It fell through, but I had to talk to them. You know, stuff like that. Anyway, so I reached out to my partner manager again on Discord, and I was like, dude, it's been like 3-4 months. I still don't have any promotional opportunities in my queue. And I'm not even kidding you. This is probably the last time I talked to him, and he came back to me again. He was like, oh no, I swear it's a technical difficulty. And at the last thing I said to him, I was like, dude, if you're just gonna lie for the company, then don't ever talk to me, because you're worthless. You're like a worthless person. You're just lying through your teeth about this. You won't be honest with me. Like, this is the height of unprofessionalism. So just don't waste your time anymore, right? And I'm not kidding. He basically never responded again, and then he got laid off. They fired him, and they never even told me that he got fired, because the next time I reached out to him, which was for like a copyright issue, he didn't work for the company anymore. Yeah. So how funny was that? And then after that, like I said, basically with all these companies, Machinima, Twitch, they start off good. They have all these well-intentions and things they do good for you, and then they just fuck up constantly and fall apart. You know, at one point, Twitch was well-intentioned. They wanted to give all these great opportunities to streamers. But the moment that there's some kind of a problem, oh my God, this person has trolls, right? Oh my God. Oh, can't deal with that. Punish the person for having trolls, which is literally what's happened to me every business, whether it was Curse, whether it was Stream Elements, Streamlabs, Teespring, the partner program on Twitch, this promotional things on Twitch. I get punished for having trolls. How the fuck is that my fault? What did I do? And what, you know what I mean? Like, how can I get rid of that? I can't. It's not my fault. So how the fuck do I stop that? How do I not get any opportunities because trolls harass people? Okay, grow up. Trolls are always on the internet. Trolls will always be on the fucking internet. They're not going away. And every time you entertain...
Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Thank you very much for a super chat. It says, I wonder if Phil calling the partner manager useless and harassing Twitch led to departnering from Twitch. It could be. It may be a factor for sure, but there's no denying that Phil was definitely guilty of using hateful slurs on his streams. Even when he read the email accusing him of using hateful slurs, he immediately used hateful slurs towards Twitch to try and debunk it. He is that stupid. By the way, I've had to bite my tongue so much in this podcast, so for the stream, there is so much Phil is saying here, which it's one of those things where I'm holding it all in, but I might not be able to fit the whole stream, but still, wait and see how long it can last.
Stuff like that, you just make it worse. When you entertain a troll and you give them the attention they want and you show them that they have power, all it does is make them do it more. So congratulations to Twitch, to Streamlabs, to Stream Elements, to Teespring, and to every other dumb fuck company who doesn't understand that literally just ignoring nonsense is better than entertaining it. You are so unprofessional and you don't understand that you empowered more people to do toxic things to others on the internet. Wow, you're dumb. Really. Anyway. It is what it is. There's nothing I can do about it. That's why they all kind of just went away. Now I don't even bother. Like, what's the point? Because the thing is, I get these opportunities all the time, like I said. But you know exactly what would happen. The moment that I take one of these and it goes through and it works, the harassment begins again. And it'll just be an endless cycle of this, so why even bother? I enjoy being independent. I enjoy not shilling. I enjoy being supported by a community who wants me to be who I am. You know what I mean? And stay true to myself. And I'm just happy about that I can do that. So I don't care about it anymore. You know, at one point I was pretty upset about it because if you remember years ago, those were opportunities that were maybe going to allow me to save myself from the financial problems I was in. You know, if I had been getting ongoing promotional opportunities with streams and stuff, maybe I wouldn't have gotten as bad financially as I did. But what can you do? They were all taken away from me. All right, nothing you can do about that. So, all right, let's continue. We now get to the tip side of things, okay? So on the tip side of things, we start off today with a $10 tip. Please keep this anonymous. All right, so first of all, a $10 anonymous tip to get our tipping started for today. Let's go ahead and get that animation for you. Thank you for the contribution.
Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Thank you very much to Barrett Wells for super chat. It says Phil doesn't even have a lane to stay in. He has a rut he can't get out of, all of his own doing. Pretty much, yeah, I say it all the time, guys, and so does several detractors. Phil is his own worst enemy. He does it to himself. Sunspot quote there. But yeah, he does it to himself. He genuinely is his own worst enemy, his own worst detractor. As much as we could do to hurt him, Phil always ends up doing the worst to himself.
All right, please ask the Magic 8 Ball, am I going to rage at the Sonic game today? Good question. I wonder if the game will be like interesting and unique and chill, or will it actually be rage inducing. Let's find out. Will I rage at Sonic today? Outlook, not so good. You know, maybe we'll be so early into the playthrough that there won't be opportunity for rage, maybe later on. You know. I'd be shocked if there's nothing in this game that makes me rage. But anyway, thank you for that anonymous tip to get the tipping started. Then I received a $5 tip. Let's do the animation for that. All right, and this is from Ultra Super Snow Carl Turbo HD Remix. It says, sorry, I cannot watch your streams for the next few days. I don't want to spoil Sonic or God of War for myself because I bought both games, but I'll wait until Black Friday to get a PS5 on a discount. Well, there you go. Totally understand. And this always happens whenever there's a new release. There's a mix of audience. You got some people who will be coming by specifically to watch me play the new releases, and you got some people who are regulars who will be like, I'm not going to be around for now because I don't want to spoil the game. Totally understand. This is why I'm a variety streamer. This is why I'm still going to be playing Modern Warfare 2. I'll still be playing Gotham Knights. I'll mix other stuff in there, so it's not just those releases, and you still can come by and enjoy the streams and not spoil yourself on that content. Okay? Cool.
Money. Oh, money. Yeah. Money.
Thank you very much to Cat's Second Chin for the £1 tip. It says, how did you find out about DSP? I've been a Wings troll for years, but after finding DSP, I hate DSP more. I think it was Evil Age's playthrough. This is how you... Well, the very first thing I saw was Chip's Cheesem thing, where they kind of reviewed, Phil trying to... They're just basically these two guys, so, they're watching Phil try and get through, like, a part of the Metal Gear Solid 2 game. And it's like, Phil should have been his dumb self. He's like, I don't have the M9, and he scrolls past it in his own inventory. He clearly can see the M9 there. And the guys are going nuts. It's like, you just scrolled past it, it's right there in front of you, go down. So that the very first thing I seen on DSP was that kind of Chips Cheesem. Like, I think the clip's called Colonel. I managed to avoid drowning. It's definitely on YouTube somewhere. It's still re-uploaded. After that, it was Evil Age essentially, and This Is How You Don't Plays, which I kind of came across, and those were just gold dust. Those were fantastic to watch. And then over time, just Twitter. I just kept close tabs with detractor stuff on Twitter. Tons of Kojima as well back in the day as well, when they were not being crazy. It's just but as I'm saying, Eddie as well, Eddie B43 and all that. So yeah, quite a few old school detractors. I've been keeping an eye on things since like 2014, 2015. So I've only started making videos recently. But yeah, that's how I kind of got involved. I just kind of came across Phil.
Okay. I received a $2 tip, and this person literally just reiterated what I just said. If you end up getting a sponsorship, trolls will just harass people anyway. So thank you for that. I don't even have to continue to talk about that because we just did. Thank you for the $2 tip there. Then I received a $10 tip from Alex from Phoenix. It says, always glad to see a new Sonic game premiere. Takes me back to my childhood. A great week for gaming. It's time for some fun. Yeah, this is a great week. I agree with you. It's a great week because you got variety of content. You got new games coming out. It's a new game release hype feel this week, right? And that's always a good thing, especially after the insanely dead summer. It's great to have new content, so I'm very excited. All right. I received another $10 tip. No name on this one. Said, I'm nearly shitting myself in anticipation of DSP's God of War Ragnarok playthrough. It's okay to nearly shit yourself, but don't fully shit yourself. Don't go full self-defecation. That would be not a good call. Trust me on that one. But yeah, I'm excited for tomorrow. I really am. I know it's going to be a great day. We're going to have a good time with the story. I can't wait to see how it looks on PS5. I'm not kidding you. I've not seen a single piece of gameplay of this on PS5 at all. I've stayed away. I made sure that I was not spoiled whatsoever on this game. So I'm very excited to see tomorrow how it turns out. I know all of you are as well. All right. So that is all the shout outs we have for now. A few other reminders, because we have a lot of people on stream for the premiere of Sonic. Liking this stream is a great way to support it. If I get 100 likes on stream today, I will do a celebratory bubble blow for you guys. But also, it helps for engagement, and it'll actually allow more people to find this premiere stream and come check it out themselves. So thank you for the likes. Everything is appreciated. Super chats, super stickers, tips, memberships. It all helps the channel. We've already talked about the members goal for December, which is the, for November, which is the December holiday marathon. You already know that if we hit $100 in tips today, I'll wear the Sonic hat as a special treat. You already know about all this, right? All right, cool. Mega Man NT says, I just played this game for 3 hours. It's the best 3D Sonic game in decades. That's good to know. Hobo X says, was Curse the only company you worked with that was actually upfront with you about ending partnerships and didn't ghost you? Yes. Absolutely. 1,000,000%. Curse was the only company ever to be transparent with me and explain what was actually going on. Everyone else I had to find out from, like, other means. Okay? Like, for example, like I said, with Twitch, someone who actually was on the inside told me. reached out to me and said, here's the evidence, here's what happened. In the other cases, I actually found out that the idiots had posted on social media about what they were sending to the companies. And like I said, it was like 10 to 12-year-old outdated shit. And that's what got me kicked out of them. Even though it had nothing to do with who I am as a person today, the companies were so dumb that they just entertained it and basically canceled me for things that were 12 years old. That's how professional these companies are. But yeah, Curse was up front. Curse was like, it's this simple. We receive so many false reports about you on a daily basis, we can't handle them anymore. We're getting so many that our manpower can't handle checking and vetting each one. The thing is, every single one we've checked has been false. We've never had a single valid complaint about you, but the complaints still keep coming in. So there's nothing we can do about it. We have to cut you because we can't keep dealing with this. And I was like, wow, that's remarkable that your company is going to do that. In reality, it didn't matter because just a few months after, YouTube changed the way partnerships worked, and there was zero advantage to being with a partnership company anymore. Anyone could just monetize any video on YouTube. It didn't matter. You didn't need to be with a company like Curse or Screenwave or Full Screen or Machinima to monetize your game content. Anyone could do it after that. So it was just luck that happened at a time frame when things were changing on YouTube anyway. Okay. Wallowing Whiskey said, I wonder why they didn't make a policy to ignore your reports. They explained that. They said, if we ignore your reports, and God forbid, not to say that you would do this, but let's say one day you do make a mistake, you screw up, and we don't vet that report and punish you for it, we're now held responsible by YouTube, and YouTube can punish us severely for having someone under our umbrella who we did not discipline ourselves, because that's actually part of the partnership agreement, is that when you sign someone to a partnership, you're responsible for their actions on YouTube, and if they violate YouTube's terms of service in any way, you have to punish that partner and or kick them out of your program. So if they just ignored it, they could be legally liable for stuff that happens. That's why. Now, again, today it's different. Today it's so different. Partner networks don't even really exist in the capacity they did anymore. So it might be completely different now, you know. Here we go. Bubbles. Bubbles. It's bubble time. Thanks for the 100 likes, everybody. Very nice bubble blow. That was a good one. Expand Dong says, listen to this. Do you remember when you got Sonic and Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games several years ago? Was that 2018? I want to say it was 2018, wasn't it? Or was it 2020? No, it was 2020, wasn't it? I can't even remember at this point. But anyway, he says, you got that game and you played it, and basically you were very negative towards it. Did that damage your relationship with Sega? Do you think you could have gotten Frontiers early? I'm honestly not sure. Here's the thing. I didn't get that game from Sega. That was what happens is a lot of these companies hire third-party agencies to represent them, especially if they have a game where they feel they really want that game to do better, and there really doesn't seem to be much buzz or hype for that game. They will hire a third-party company to go out and try to get the word out on that game for them. And in that case, a company sought me out. I was not out there looking for anything. A company contacted me 3 years ago and was like, would you like a free copy of Sonic and Mario, or Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games? And I was like, well, I was already thinking of playing it, but if you give me the free copy, I'll absolutely play it. But understand that I'm going to be honest. They were like, yeah, that's fine. You know, we just want people to play it to get exposure so you can have a copy of it. So they gave it to me. I played it, and it was atrociously bad. It was just completely almost unplayable online. They didn't really put in any kind of matchmaking or anything that made any sense. It was kind of a free-for-all, bare-bones game that they really fucked up. And I was honest about it. And, of course, I never heard from that agency again. Why would I? Right? If I kissed the game's butt, probably the agency would have contacted me again, right? But who knows, right? I don't know. I have no idea. But that wasn't Sega. That was a third-party company regardless. So, shout out to Pila, who just did a super chat and says, play Frontiers on hard, you'll get a special final boss. I don't know if I believe you. I don't know if I believe you, nor do I think I want to play it on hard anyway. As you know, I play everything on regular difficulty. So I don't think I really care about a special final boss, honestly. For some reason, we have a question mark before a non there. Let's get rid of that. Okay. Okay. Oh, let's see here. All right. Any other final questions? If you guys like to ask me something, please tag me in the chat. Last chance to ask a question before we jump into Sonic. Okay. Pila did another super chat says on hard you'll get a bullet hell boss at the end. What? Bullet hell? This is a Sonic game. How the hell do you have a bullet hell boss? What? Pepsi Man says Modern Warfare 2 may have a premium expansion for 2023. Think it's for the campaign. Also, most modes are coming back, like gun game, etc., for the multiplayer. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, I guess what they're saying is there's no formal sequel next year, but there is going to be an expensive expansion, supposedly. That's what I'm hearing. There's actually going to be an expensive expansion that's like maybe even $70, which I think is ridiculous. How can you sell that and act like that's not a whole new game, right? I don't know. It's not clear. It's very kind of confusing. So, I don't know. I got a tip. Cool. I received a $10 tip from no name. No name. Last time my girlfriend made supper for me, she made antepast, escarole, and beans, and steak medium rare. I got it on a scale today, and marron. By the way, he spelled it wrong. It's supposed to be, he spelled it with a D. So he's trying to do Italian stuff. He failed. He misspelled a lot of it. But thank you, whoever this was, for the $10 tip. Yes, authentic Italian food is delicious and also usually very, very heavy. The only thing that Italian, if you're talking Italian American food, it's usually heavy. If you actually go to Italy, most of their food is light. Seriously, light. If you get a pizza in Italy, it's like hand-tossed, chewy bread with a basic marinara sauce with a lot of chunky tomatoes, oregano, basil, maybe a little bit of mozzarella like put on there. That's it. That's their basic pizza. It's seriously like so good and fresh and not heavy. But you eat this shit in the US, you're like, oh my God. Anyway, Woke Moron did a super chat. So I trust Skill Up. He did not recommend the game. I don't know who that is. Actually, I take that back. I think I saw Skill Up. I think I've seen them on social media before. But everyone, that's the thing. Everyone seems to have a different opinion. Some people like it. Some people don't. Some people think it's just okay. Some people think it's great. Some people hate it. It's a weird situation. I want to judge for myself today. I really do. I see for myself what it's all about. So. Oh, man. Genetics says, wish you a great stream day. Really appreciate your interaction with the community and your consistency. Thank you, Genetics. And then he has a pillow like this, like I'm falling asleep. Whatever that means. There you go. No, I'm not playing on hard mode. Sorry. Am I happy I don't have to deal with Twitch anymore because of the shit they put me through? I mean, honestly, I've told you this. Ever since I started streaming on YouTube, I don't feel like I'm walking on eggshells, which is great. Because at least on YouTube, you know, I get judged for what I actually do, right? On YouTube, I'm not going to get judged and say you did something or said something you didn't do, which is literally what they do. How dumb is that, right? I'm playing a game and someone says, oh, Phil said the N-word. And then they report me and I get suspended. Then come to find out I never said it. Oh, we'll release your suspension now. But you suspended me erroneously. You punished me and my business. You shut down my fucking stream in the middle without evidence. You're an idiot. You're unprofessional. You should fucking be punished for punishing me incorrectly. Right? That's how they operate over there. On YouTube, that shit usually doesn't happen. You know, on YouTube, they're fair. And even if something goes wrong, you at least get a series of escalations as well. Now, I've heard there's extreme circumstances. If you absolutely are doing outright threats of you know, dangerous things, then you'll get shut down on YouTube like immediately. But, for example, I get hit with false copyright strikes, right? I was still able to stream. I was still able to make content, right? You know, people were trying to false flag me for things like violations of the YouTube community guidelines. I contacted YouTube. I explained what was going on. It was all cleared up within a day. Everything was fixed. So YouTube, at the very least, seems to be able to give you a lot more fairness when it comes to being judged for things. Not to say that I come over here and I'm like, oh, now I can just do whatever I want and watch this. I don't have to worry about nothing. No. Obviously, I'm actively trying to make sure that I don't say and do stupid things. As I told you guys, as I get older, as I become a more experienced content creator and streamer, I'm doing my best to make sure that I don't say things that hurt others, that I'm in line with what's expected of me as a public figure, which I am, even though I'm not a very popular one. I understand I still am one. You know what I mean? You got to be careful anyway of what you're saying. But at least here, I'm not getting falsely accused, you know? And on top of that, I just don't get bombarded with false copyright shit. Remember on Twitch how bad it was getting? We had someone who was submitting false claims to Twitch saying that they worked for the companies that made the games, and they kept taking down my streams with zero evidence. They just didn't care. They just kept taking down my stream with zero evidence. You know? It's ridiculous. On YouTube, they don't, that shit doesn't fly. On YouTube, they want evidence that you are who you say you are, you know? So yeah, I would say there are active improvements to things here on YouTube compared to how they were on Twitch. I'd say there is a higher air of professionalism here. Pila, thank you for another super chat saying, you'll see. I'm using donations to let you know. Well, again, I'm not going to play it on hard. I'm just not. I'm not one of these guys who, when I play a game, I need to prove my ultimate fucking gaming skill by immediately playing it on a harder difficulty. A game that I don't even know what it's like. I didn't play it yet. I'm not doing that. Other people do that. Oh, look at the size of my e-penis because I play every game on hard on my streams. I'm just such a great gamer, and I really got to prove my worth on the internet. Who gives a fuck? You're supposed to be playing a game to have fun. I don't care. Okay, Shia says, hey, Phil, reviews here are mixed. Hope that it's at least entertaining. I'm on the same boat as you. I agree. No, I'm not starting the game on hard mode. You can stop asking me now. You're wasting your time. You're embarrassing yourself. Okay. All right, last chance to toss a question my way before we get set up here and we get started with Sonic today. Again, reminder, today I'm doing something special. We hit the $100 tips goal. It's the Sonic hat on stream today, okay? Which I never do. Oh my God, excuse me. When was my first Sonic playthrough? The first Sonic game I ever played for YouTube, it might have been Sonic Colors. I think it was Sonic Colors. It was either Sonic Generations or Sonic Colors, but I don't remember which came first. Whichever one of those was first, that was one of the first Sonic game I ever played. Yep. But I can't remember. Pila says, all right, don't worry, it's fine. Thank you, Pila, for the super chats. I appreciate it. I know of Sonichu, but I never delved into it, and I don't know the characters, so. I know what it is. Isn't that the freaking, like, the Sonic fan service storylines that Chris Chan wrote or whatever? I don't know. That's what I think it is. Generations was first? No, it wasn't. It had to be Sonic Colors, because Sonic Colors was in Sonic Generations. Ah, that's right. Sonic Generations had the Colors characters in it, so Colors had to be first on the Wii. So that was my first Sonic playthrough, to my knowledge. Sonic Colors. Anything else, or are we good? Quark says, I haven't been here in a while, but I know you're going to be fair and balanced when it comes to this game. Do I like chestnut praline? Chestnut praline. Isn't that two different things? Aren't chestnuts and pralines two completely different things? Do I like chestnuts? I think I've only had them like once. Pralines are very sweet, right? I don't even know why you're asking me that. Usagi Jojo said, I didn't know you'd be playing the game. I'm looking forward to it. Why didn't you know? Come on. I've been talking about this for a while. That I was excited for this and see what it was like. How could you not know? All right, Pila says, come on. We can't wait. All right. let's end the show, everyone. Thank you for watching. Thanks for a great episode of the Level 1 podcast, and happy Thanksgiving. Okay, let's get set up. All right. I have no idea where to put the camera for this game. Zero. So I'm going to leave it there. If we got to move it, we got to move it. All right. All right. Real quick, I'm going to use the bathroom. And then we're going to start. So give me like 2 minutes. I'm not going to run an ad and monetize you guys. I'm not going to do that to you. I respect your being here. And thank you for your viewership. All I'm going to do is use the restroom for like a minute or two. Wash my hands. We'll be right back. And we're going to start. All right. So I'll literally be right back. Don't go anywhere, or you're going to miss the beginning. I'll be right back.
Let me fast forward. Fast forward, fast forward. He's still not back yet, he's still not back. Shut up, dog. Wait, what hit live? He's just coming back right now. There we go.
So, excuse me. Let's do this. First of all, I received another tip. A $3 tip. And this tip is from an anonymous person. It says, we need a bespeckled fill. ASAP. Bespeckled? I don't know if that's the word you're looking for. I think the word would be like spectacled. Like I'm using spectacles. So it would be a spectacled fill. I don't know. Bespeckled, doesn't that mean you have specks all over you? Do you want to feel covered in speckles? Or specks? Bespeckled? Or maybe you are right. I don't know. What's the word? Someone look that up immediately. Look up the word bespeckled and find out what it means. But I know what he means. He means he wants to see the new Gunner glasses. That's what he wants. But what is bespeckled? Maybe bespeckled does mean you're wearing spectacles. But wouldn't it be bespectacled then? Past tense, bespeckled. Past participle, bespeckled. Mark or cover with a large number of small spots or patches of color. The designer whose trademark is to bespeckle his dresses with diamonds. So it was the wrong word. Okay, I thought so. I thought so. Bespeckled means you're covered in speckles. Spectacle is the name for spectacles, which is glasses. So I would have to be bespectacled, or just maybe just spectacled. All right. But anyway, we got the Gunner glasses. So we're halfway to the Sonic hat. Very nice. Bespectacled means someone wearing glasses. There you go. It should have been bespectacled. So thank you to the $3 tipper. I really appreciate your support. However, your use of the English language is completely inappropriate, and you should be very ashamed of yourself. You should actually go back to school. There you go. I will shame you. Shame you for making an erroneous error. And not just an error, an erroneous error. There you go. That is true. Maybe he just does want me covered in spots for some odd reason. That would be pretty weird. That's really weird. I'm old, but I'm not that old. Liver spots are still several decades away, I feel. I don't think I'll be getting those anytime soon. Okay, are we ready? Here we go. All right, everyone, it's time. Enough with this.
Oh crap, because it's a brand new game, I forgot Phil actually just starts it before even going into the game, because it's a brand new fucking game. Damn it, guys, that's the end of bingo. We're 5 away from a full house, so I'm sorry about that. But it is what it is. It's one of those ones where it's like, I deliberately held myself back tonight from ranting and raving too much about Phil, because I didn't want to be... A lot of times I'm like an hour behind Phil sometimes, and I kind of feel bad about it, because some people watch this podcast because they want to keep up to date with Phil stuff, but I feel bad sometimes being so far behind when some things are trying to develop, so I actually made a point tonight to try and just let it flow as much as possible. And it's one of those things where I don't know, I don't think I'll do that in future. I think in future I'll just go back to if I want to rant and rave, I'm going to let myself rant and rave. This fucking Doug knows what that's all about because he's ranting and raving right now himself. And for fuck's sake. Anyway, I'm just going to... So, sadly, we couldn't get a full house. We're 5 away, but it's always tomorrow, guys. Keep in mind, tomorrow is Wednesday, Phil's last day before he has his day off. And yeah, it's one of those things where he'll probably a bit more likely to beg tomorrow because obviously he needs that money for his day off, and you know it's far away from payday and all that nonsense. And it's all there you go. But yeah, join us tomorrow for some more DSP Bingo. I will try and go back to my usual ranty ravey self because as I said, I deliberately tried to just make it flow tonight and not stop as much as usual, because it's one of those things where sometimes I feel like I do rant and rave too much and just procrastinate in general, and just, you know, I think sometimes I can derail things sometimes, but fuck it. Tomorrow I'll just fucking go back to, you know, just how I usually fucking do things, just because, you know, Phil, trying to hold in my annoyance at Phil is quite hard. I'll say that, it's quite hard to hold in the urge to just, you know, yell at him and say what the fuck you're talking about. But fuck it. It's always tomorrow. Right, I am going to end things there. As I said, guys, thank you very much for turning up tonight. Thank you for joining me for some DSP Bingo. Thank you for your super chats, your tips, your subscribing. Thank you for just keeping me right on the bingo card as well. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your Tuesday, how you wish to spend it. And I'll see you tomorrow for some more DSP Bingo if you wish to join me then. But until then, hope you have a good one, and I'll catch you all later. Peace out. Damn dog.
And 51 cents from PayPal.
All right, Luna Mills has tipped me $1.30. It says, I'm back. What's your favorite type of shower? When you're showered in money. When you go outside and all of a sudden greenbacks start falling from the sky and you raise your face up, you're like, oh, you start dancing, you go, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. All right, I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but thank you for the first tip of the day.
Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, 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 yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah.
These contributions are mandatory.
Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, 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 yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah.
These contributions are mandatory.
Show me the money.
Free.
Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, 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 yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah.
These contributions are mandatory. And it's gone. Just gone like that. In an instant. Fucking gone.